Hello students, today we are going to discuss some more SQL queries. In our previous lecture we discussed about create table command and insert into command and select command. So these are the three basic commands used in SQL, and in this lecture we are going to discuss some more commands related to SQL. So first of all, let's start. SQL update query command. As the name suggests, update query command. So update query basically or update command used to update the existing data. So if there are data in a table and if you want to update that data, for example, if you want to update the address of a particular student or particular employee in an organization, then we can use update command. So update command is categorized into DML, means data manipulation language command. So it is a DML statement, data manipulation language, because using update command we are able to update the existing record of existing record of an employee or of a student or of a customer. So update command is a DML statement. So command is very simple. So first of all, just write update, and then after table name, and then after the keyword set, and after that column name. Suppose there are column 1, and if you want to change the value of column 1, then we assign a value 1 to column 1, and if you want to change the value 2 to column 2, then after comma sign we can give column 2 is equal to value 2, and in this way we can change the different values related to different columns. But if you want to change the value in certain records only, then where condition should be used. So after that we use where, and we give a condition. So let us see an example. First of all, there is a table named customer. Okay, now you can easily see that column names are ID, name, age, address and salary, and there are 7 records in it. And if you want to update the address and address to Pune, only where ID is equal to 6, or we can say that where update the records of Komal, then we just write update name of the table name is customers, then after keyword set, and then after column name address, and we give the value new value. So Pune, we just write Pune is a string, so we write in singular double quotation marks. So here we just write Pune in single quotation mark. After that, a condition. If we don't apply the condition, then Pune will be the address of all customers. Okay, so here we just write where ID is equal to 6. So only those address will be changed where ID is equal to 6 is found, and we can see that ID is equal to 6 in find in case of the Komal. So only the address of Komal will be changed, and that will be changed to Pune. Before this, you can easily see that name address of the Komal is MP, but after executing that command, address of the Komal is becomes to Pune here. So this is a simple method by which we can change the record. So two things should be very clear. First of all, if you want to change the all records, then no need to give where condition. But if you want to change a particular record, for that purpose you should use where clause. So in where clause, if we mention a particular condition or a specific condition, that condition is basically applied to a particular record or a group of records only, and only that group of records will be changed. Otherwise all values will be changed if we don't use the where condition in with the update command. Now let us see another example. Here you can easily see that we just want to change two column values. Address, we want to change address, and new address will be Pune, and we want that a new address should be Pune. Then we should write update customer set address is equal to Pune. So now new address is Pune to all, and this value is applied to all the records here, because no where condition is used here. And if you want to change address as well as salary, so just write update customer set address is equal to Pune. After comma sign you can mention salary is equal to 1000 or 10,000. 10,000 should be there. Little bit mistake is here. It should be 10,000. Okay. So now new salary will be 10,000. So if you want to change more than one record at a time, so don't need to write. So don't need to write update command two times. Just write only a single time and put different condition after separating with them, comma. So here I just use update customer set address is equal to Pune, comma salary is equal to 10,000. So now new address will be Pune and salary will be 10,000 to all the customers because no where condition is used here. So now I think the concept of update table command is clear to all of you. To update the data, existing data, there is a command named update, and using update table command, we can update the records. If you don't give the condition with update command, then all values related to a particular column will be updated. And if you just give the where clause with update table command, then only certain records that meets the condition will be updated in that case. Now our next command is DESC command, or it is also called as describe command. So sometimes what happens that we actually create a table and we just forgot the different fields name and the condition or the constant we applied on that table. We just remember only the table name. So you can know about the table using describe command. So for that purpose, you can use DESC or describe. You can use both of them. So if you just write DESC after the table name, the information related to that table will be displayed on a screen. That how many number of times of what type of columns are there, okay, how many number of columns are there, what type of constants are applied on that table. So you can easily see here. I just describe a customer table name customer here. So all the information related to customer table is there. What are the data types used for particular columns, and how many number of columns are there, what are the name of different columns, what are the different conditions imposed on that columns. All the information related to that table customer will be displayed on a screen. So describe command is basically used to describe the structure of a particular table. So if you want to describe the structure or you want to know about the table, then you can use DESC or describe. So you have two options. You can use DESC or you can also use describe command. I prefer you to use describe. Next is drop or delete table command. There are two commands and both of them are used to delete the data into a table, and these are the two commands, drop and delete table. But there is a very important difference between drop and delete table command. One is considered as a DDL statement while other is considered as a DML statement. When we talk about the DDL statement, it means that it is related to a table structure, and when we talk about the DML statement, then it simply means that we are talking about manipulation or retrieval of the data to a particular table. So drop and delete table command are basically two commands that is used to delete the data. And here drop command is considered as a DDL statement, and delete is a DML statement. So the first of all, let us talk about the drop table command. If you write drop table and then after the table name, that table will be entirely deleted into your database from your database, and after that no table will exist when you use drop table. It means that entire structure of the table will be deleted, plus the data contained the table will also be deleted in that case. So drop table is a DDL statement. So when you use drop table and table name, then entire data will be deleted. And one more important thing, you cannot use the where clause with drop table command because it is related to DDL statement, and the whole structure with data will be deleted after the execution of that statement, and there is no condition applied with drop table command. So you can easily see that suppose if the table name customer is there, and if you want to delete the customer table entirely, then we just use drop table customer, and that table will be deleted entirely to our computer system. So now if you want to see, or if you want to describe if you want to use the describe command and we just write describe customer, then we can see that there is an error because the customer table is no more in our system or in our DBMS. So drop table command is used to delete the table entirely into our computer system, and it is very easy to use and very easy to implement. But always remember that it delete the table structure completely, and table structure data will also be deleted in that case, and it is considered as a DDL statement, means data definition language. Next is now you can easily see that here I just give DESC customers, then you can easily see that error will be there, that table test customer does not exist. It is not it doesn't exist because it is already deleted. So no data structure is there, no structure is there regarding to table customers, and so that's why error will be there when we want to describe the table customers. So in simple words, we can say that if you use drop table command, then using drop table command, table will entirely delete it from your computer system, and there is no more data or no more structure related to the table. So it is considered as a DDL statement. Now let us talk about delete query. If you want to delete a particular record or a group of record or the entire record in a table, but if we don't want to delete the structure of a table, then for that purpose there is a command named delete command. So you can use delete command for that purpose, and it is very easy to use and easy to implement. Just write delete, then from, and then table name, and if you want to apply certain condition, then where clause should be there, and if you don't apply condition, then just don't write the where clause. So for example, if you write delete from and table name is customer, delete from customer, then all the records related to table name customer will be deleted. And if you just write delete from customers where id is equal to 6, so only the one record or the records who meets the condition id is equal to 6 will be deleted, and all other records are unaffected. So delete command, when we compare delete command from delete command to drop command, so drop command all entire structure will be deleted, but in case of delete, only particular records or a group of records, or the or the or it may be possible that all the records will be deleted, but in that case structure will be remain same. So that is the purpose of using the delete command or the delete query. Now you can easily see that there is a table, and let us suppose that the table name is customer. In this case we can easily see that the different columns names are there, and names or columns are id, name, age, address, salary. And if you want to delete the records of customer whose id is equal to 6, for that purpose we just write delete from customer where id is equal to 6. After that, if we use select statement, select star from customer, then this table will be appear on a screen, and you can see that now in this case no data regarding to id is equal to 6 is there. It means only a particular record or the record who meet the condition id is equal to 6 will be deleted in that case after the execution of that command. You can easily see here. So that is the use of delete command. And there is another command who serves the purpose of deletion of data, and that is a truncate table command. So if you want to delete entire data but not its structure, then truncate command or truncate table command is there. So just write truncate table and table name, all the data will be deleted in that case, okay, but the structure will remain same. So that is the use of truncate table statement, and you can easily see the command here. So till now we discussed 3 commands in this lecture, and these are update and delete and drop. Now let us talk about some SQL functions. We're going to discuss some other commands, and some SQL functions. Here are min and max. So first of all, start with aggregate function. These are the two functions, as the name suggests, min and max. They can give a minimum and maximum value if we use them properly. So use of function is very simple in case of SQL. First of all, they are used with select statement. They are not used separately, because you cannot write just the name of the function, and if you want to calculate some type of calculation, then use these function with select statements. So there is a function. Let us start with the min function. Min function, or basically, is a function which returns the minimum value among different data values. So the syntax is very simple. Just write select, after that min, and within the sign of parenthesis give the value, means parameter, and after that from keyword is there, then after table name, and if there is certain condition, then condition should be specified, should be given with where statement. So let us see. Let us suppose there is a table stu underscore rec, and different marks are there, different students are there, roll numbers are also there. So there are three columns: roll number, name, and marks. In the table student underscore rec, which means student record is there. So marks are, you can easily see that 70 to 79, 1987. And if you want to find out the minimum marks among different students, then for that purpose we just write select, and then write name of the function min, and then name of the column. Name of the column is marks here. From table name stu underscore rec, and after that where clause if the condition is there. And suppose there is a condition that marks should be less than 80, then we can give the marks as less than 80 with the where clause. So you can easily see that minimum marks will be 72. Next is maximum command is there. So you can easily see that command is same as that of the previous one. Well, the only difference is that instead of writing min, we just write max. So name of the function is max in this case. So max function returns the maximum value in a particular column. So let us suppose that we have to find out the maximum of maximum marks of in a table student underscore rec, where marks should be less than 80. Then we just write select maximum marks. You can easily see here, select max, and then name of the column. Name of the column is marks, and then from table name is stu underscore rec, and if there is a condition, and condition is here, and condition is that marks should be less than 80. So we just give where marks is less than 80, and you can see the output of the execution of that statement. One thing should be noticed, that after selected statement we should write the column name. If you don't write the column name, then and you write simply a function, then this function serves as the name of the column. So you can easily see that maximum marks is the name of the column here, and that is the syntax: select max, column name, and then from table name, and where condition. So if there is a condition, we use where clause. If there is no condition, then we don't write where clause in our command. Some other functions are count, avg, and sum functions. So min, max, count, average, sum, these all are the considered as a aggregate functions. So as the name suggests, count function. So count function returns the number of rows that matches a specified criteria, and the avg function, that is used to return the average value. So avg function returns the average value of a numeric column, and the sum function returns a total sum of a numeric column. So syntax is very simple. Just write count in place of min or max, as we just discussed in our previous case, to use the count function. So the command you can easily see here: select count, and then in bracket or parameter name is column name, from table name, and where condition. For example, if you want to count the total number of marks, so for that purpose you just write select count marks. Marks is the name of the column, from stu underscore rec, where rec stu underscore rec is the name of the table. And if there is a particular condition, suppose the condition is where marks is less than 80, then we should write that condition with where clause, and you can see the output is count marks is equal to 2. That is the output after the execution of that statement. So count function, basically you count the number of records. Next is average, avg. So AVG is a basically a function used to calculate the average value. So you can easily see here we just write a select AVG and then in bracket column name, after that from and table name and where condition. So only there is a single difference that instead of writing count we use AVG to find out the average value, and all other things are same. And it gives us a clear idea that all the functions are used with select statement and with table name, and if there is a particular condition, that condition should be specified with where clause. And you can easily see that select avg marks from student underscore rec where marks is less than 80, then result should be 75.5, that is the answer, and answer is in a float value. So is a float value, so that is a use of avg function, average function. Then next is sum function, and as the name suggests, sum basically calculate the sum or total of a particular column. So syntax is very simple, just write select, after that name of the function, sum is the name of the function, in parenthesis sign you can write the column name, from table name, and with where you can give the condition if condition is there. If no condition there, don't use where clause in that case. So let us suppose the student name of the table is st underscore rec, and there is a column name marks in the table st underscore rec, and if you want to find out the total number of marks uh, in table st underscore rec, so you can write select sum within bracket and give the parameter value, that is marks in this case, from st underscore rec where condition is marks is less than 80, so just write marks is less than 80. Now output is this, you can easily see that some marks, and you can easily see that the output is 151. So that is the output. So if there is a condition, you can use and you can write the condition with where clause. If there is no condition, don't write where clause. So where clause is not compulsory to use with these functions. If there is a condition related to that function, you can write this condition with where clause. Otherwise, just write the select statement. Just write the select keyword, after that the name of the function, and then from, and then name of the table in which you want to perform the certain type of calculation. So these are the some basic function, and all these functions are called the aggregate function, and these functions are sum, min, max, average, and count. Now let us talk about the one of the most important command used in SQL, that is group by command. So the group by clause is used to collaborate with the select statement to arrange the identical data into groups. So if you want to arrange the identical data into group, we use group by command, as the name says, group by. So we make a group on the basis of identical data and form a group for that identical data. So the group by clause allows where clause in a select statement and precedes by the order by clause if one is used. So the so the syntax is very simple. Select. After the select, we can give different columns name, and if you want to select all the data, then just write a star for that purpose. And from table name where condition, after the condition given by the where clause, you can use group by, and we make a group on the basis of different columns here. And if you want to arrange the data, then order by clause is used. So what is the use of order by clause? Actually, order by command is used to arrange the data in a particular column. So if you just write order by and then column name, then their data is in ascending order according to the column name 1. And if you give more than one column name, so first of all, column name data should be arranged according to the column name 1. And if any case is found such that values are found to be same in column name 1, then data should be sorted according to the column name 2. And always remember that data will be sorted or should be managed in ascending order. If you want to manage the data in descending order, use DESC keyword. DESC keyword. So that is the use of order by command. Okay. So now in this case, you can see here that we want to make a group of array identical data. So select column name 1, column name 2 from table name. This is a simple command here. Select command here with where clause. And if you want to make a group, then just write group by command. Just write group by after the where condition, group by column name 1 and column name 2. That is the syntax. Now see the data here. Customer table is here. You can easily see that the ID and you can easily see that the id is repeated in certain cases, 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. No, id is unique. Then name is repeated 2 times. Ramesh appears 2 times, Kaushal appears 2 times, Hardik, Komal and Mubin appears only 1 time. And different ages are there, different addresses are there, and different salaries are also there. Now we want to suppose we want to make a group on the basis of name. Then this can be possible by using select, by using group by command. So first of all, just write select. After that, you want to print name as a column, so just write name. And one of the most important thing is that group by command is always used with aggregate function, and we already discussed some aggregate function, and these are sum, okay, average, avg, min max, min or max, and one is count. So one thing should be remembered, that group by clause is always used with aggregate functions. Means out of these function, one function should be used with group by clause, because we make a group on a particular condition here and arrange the data according to that. So select name, and then name is there, you can easily see that name are repeated here. So we make a group of different names, and if you want to know the what is the uh, total salary of a particular employee. Suppose you want to find out the total salary of Ramesh. So there are two Ramesh here. So total salary will be, we can easily see that 3,500 is there. So we want so here just we make a group on the basis of name and want to find out the total salary. So we should use sum function here. So for that purpose, we just write select name sum salary from customer and then group by name. That is a simple command. And after the execution of that statement, you can easily see the output. Here name and sum salary are appears because we select two columns name here, name and sum salary. So second column name will be sum and sum salary. That is the name of the function. Okay, now all the name appears only 1 time because we make a group on the basis of name. So there are 4 names only: Hardik, Komal, Mubin and Ramesh. And if any value is repeated, then the sum of the salary related to that will be there. In this case, you can easily see that Ramesh is there. Okay, so the total salary of Ramesh is 3,500 because we form a group here. Now if there is a particular condition on that group, then we can mention that condition using having clause. Now there is a confusion between, I think, having and where condition and having condition. So where condition is general condition, but if group contain any condition or condition that is imposed on a group, we want to mention in our SQL command, then that should be mentioned with having condition. So group by and having both are used together at the same time. So if there is a condition related to a group, that condition should be specified with having condition. And if there is a general condition related to that command, then that condition should be specified with before group by command. Okay, now so that is the overall syntax. First of all, we just write select column name, then from table name, and if there is a condition, where condition. So that is a simple part, simple query here. But if you want to make a group, then just write group by column name, and if there is a condition related to that group, that condition should be specified with having clause. And if you want to arrange the data, then order by clause should be used. So that is the most important part of SQL. So let us see here. You can easily see that select count id. Count id is a aggregate function. Age is there from customer, and we want to make a group on the basis of age here. And the condition related to the group is that age should be less than 26. So we just write age is less than 26 with that with having clause. So that is the answer after the execution of that statement. So this is all about our today's lecture. I hope you are now able to understand these queries. Thanks for watching this video.